Before the ShotSpotter system was launched, the only way police would know to respond to shots fired was if they happened to be in the area or from people calling 911.
When the community doesn't call us and notify us that there's a situation going on, either through 911 or the non-emergency line, we won't know about it.
Of course, police want people to call 911 if they hear gunshots. But with ShotSpotter, they're notified within a minute of a gun being used. The system uses sensors mounted on light poles. They triangulate the sound, giving police a precise location of where the gunfire happened. Takeuchi says that allows police to get on scene quickly enough to preserve evidence, perhaps even to capture a shooter. City data was used to determine where to deploy ShotSpotter. That data showed most gunshot calls came from 4 neighborhoods in southeast San Diego: Valencia Park, Lincoln Park, O'Farrell, and Skyline Paradise Hills. But those neighborhoods are not necessarily supportive of ShotSpotter.
That does not prevent it from a crime from happening, and it does not help you to solve a crime.
Bishop Cornelius Bowser has been a community activist for years. He says the ShotSpotter system was installed with no community input. That did not and does not sit well with people in southeast San Diego.
That's not the way you build trust. That's not the way that you work with the community to keep the community safe.
But Lieutenant Takeuchi says SDPD is very much focused on community policing, the building of trust with the people they police.
Without community trust, it's very, very difficult for a department to operate. And we recognize that, we understand that, we value that.
But Bowser says there's another problem with ShotSpotter. The ShotSpotter company, and police for that matter, say the devices are only triggered by explosive sounds like gunfire. But there is skepticism in the community, some fearing a Big Brother type scenario where those devices could actually be listening to conversations. Takeuchi says the system does not capture conversations.
It's looking for those specific sound waves, and when those sound waves trigger the system, that's when the recording occurs.
The city is in the middle of a 4-year, $1 million contract with ShotSpotter. Bowser says it's a waste of money.
That $1 million could be going to something that's way more effective, and this does not help build community trust and accountability.
Takeuchi disagrees.
If gunfire were to erupt and we get to a location where no 911 calls are received and there's an individual that's been shot and we're able to render first aid and we're able to save that person's life, I think the system has paid for itself.
One more thing to consider. In the area where ShotSpotter is now deployed, there were an average of 4 murders a year in the years leading up to its installation. Over the last 2.5 years, there haven't been any. Whether that has anything to do with ShotSpotter is anyone's guess. John Carroll, KPBS News.